A while ago we started an app called the Fortune Teller app, but we never finished it, so I just want to show you how to finish it. Um, this is our simulator right here. The first thing that you'll notice is, let me turn the software keyboard on. So I'm going into the simulator, I'm going to I/O keyboard, toggle software keyboard, and this will just make it a little bit like actually using your phone, so that the software keyboard comes up as soon as you tap inside of the text field. And one thing you'll notice is this software keyboard never dismisses. So that is one thing we need to get rid of. We need to make sure that the software keyboard does dismiss. The other thing that you'll notice is if we don't enter anything in the text fields and we hit this submit button, our app will crash. Fatal error, unexpectedly found nil when unwrapping a value. So it tried to assign the text field age var, it tried to assign age text field dot text to our variable the age var, but there was nothing in the text field dot text, so it was nil, and that made the app crash. So I will show you how to fix those things. First, we're going to start with the software keyboard. So how to dismiss the software keyboard. I'm going to start in the submit button. So when the submit button is pressed, I'm going to resign the first responder of the name text field, the age text field, and the home text field. The first responder is going to be the software keyboard, so this will make the software keyboard disappear when the submit button is pressed. So again, you say the name of the text field dot resign first responder, open parentheses, close parentheses, and you do that for each text field. The other thing I am going to do is I'm going to add an extension onto my project. This is an extension you can add on to any of your view controllers to dismiss the software keyboard when tapped. So the function is called hide keyboard when tapped around. It's going to create a tap gesture, and so when it is tapped, it's going to call this function dismiss keyboard. And in dismiss keyboard, it's going to do view.endEditing is true. So this is another way of getting rid of the software keyboard. Instead of resigning the first responder from an individual text field, we are going to get rid of all software keyboards from this view when we do end editing is true. So it's just another way of doing that. And we're going to do that with a tap gesture. One more thing you have to do, so you just can add this extension on at the end of your project. So after the last, sorry, the cat was jumping around. After the last curly bracket, you can just add extension. It's going to be an extension of the UI view controller. You put in your two functions. It just helps it organize it a little bit better so you know exactly where it is. And then inside of view did load, we are just going to we're just going to call self.hide keyboard when tapped around, and that will call the function in this extension, which will call the selector dismiss keyboard, which will make the end editing true. Yes, so that will get rid of our software keyboard when tapped around. The other thing is we don't want our app to crash when we don't enter anything in the text fields. So I'll show you what I'm going to do for that. I'm going to create a guard statement. So guard let name equal name.textfield .text. Let age equal int. And then we're typecasting the information from the age text field .text to be an int. And then we're assigning it to that variable age. And we're doing the same thing with home. Else, if there's no values there, what we're going to do is we are going to change the name text field placeholder, the age text field placeholder, and the home text field placeholder to say, please enter a name, please enter an age, please enter a hometown. The placeholder text is just that gray text that will show up inside of that text field. Another way to do it would be to put a label on there and to write this information to a label. Please enter some information before hitting the button. And then we're going to return out of that. We can get rid of these previous variables that we made, and I'm just going to do that by commenting it out. I highlighted it and then I just press Command /. The next thing we have to do is when we get the fortune, we have to change the information we pass in to the new variables that we're using. And the new variables that we are using are name, age, and home. So I just changed this to name, age, and home. And that should stop it from crashing if we didn't enter any information. So with that, our app should be complete. You'll notice if I hit the button before entering any information, it says please enter a name, please enter an age, please enter a hometown. If I start typing my name and I click off of here, the software keyboard will dismiss. Excuse me. And the other thing is the software keyboard will dismiss when I press this button. And then we're able to see our fortune. So yeah, I hope that was helpful, learning how to dismiss the software keyboard and also using a guard let statement to make sure that we aren't unwrapping nil when assigning text fields to variables. Okay, thanks a lot for watching. See you next time.